housemates?
Oh, housemate.
Myself, I laugh at myself and I look at myself and then I rise now.
Oh.
Okay. Which two housemates do you think secretly don't like each other?
Secretly. Someone else maybe.
We know last episode, some of the housemates had to write cute notes to each other in the Aquafina tax. And you could just hear, the heartfelt expressions and all the love and all of that. And even some quarrels. Some people were, feeling salty that they were not added in other people's notes. I'm talking about Kola and Dede. And they tried to settle it. And it seems like they're in a good note, at least, to partake in the fun midnight games that we got to see last night. It was really spicy. If you're in Nigeria, I don't know what time you were up, but I think I was up till like 2 a.m. I had to just catch up with all the drama. I couldn't miss it. Jason J gave it his all. I know he organized the midnight games yesterday, and all of the housemates were participants. They gave it their all. It was really fun. They were enjoying themselves. They were jumping on each other, and then you would just see somebody twerking here, somebody holding this one, somebody bending. In short, the content yesterday, it was a lot. These housemates are beating whatever boring allegations you guys are trying to put on them. We know that the show has less than 2 weeks to end now, and people are already saying, oh, the show has gotten to its peak. There's nothing else to give. The housemates just sleep all day. They do this, they do that. And when you think that they are finished, they will give you something else to talk about. This housemate might not be so good in wager tax. They might not be so good in branded tax. But one thing that they are very good at is midnight games and truth and dare. In that side, they used to give it their all. They give it their best. You're still watching Big Brother Naija updates here on Leadership TV. I'm Cynthia Onuado. Of course, I love to bring you the latest updates from the Big Brother house. Yesterday, so many activities were going on in the house. We had Big Brother, give the brief to the HOH Zita to tell the housemates to, be each other's big brothers. What am I talking about? They had to conduct their own diary sessions, and he grouped them into, various groups. And then we had the Big Brother, and we had the housemate, we had the person asking the questions, and we had the person answering. So it was like a make-believe diary session. So people were saying Big Brother went for therapy. He went to give himself therapy for his mental health because of what the housemates have put himself through. But of course, he's human. I know he sees it all. He needs some rest himself. So let the housemates, bear it all out to each other. And there are some diary sessions that stood out to me. Of course, I'll be talking about a few of those before we come down to the midnight games that happened yesterday. So you want to watch till the very tail end of this video. I'll be giving you all the juicy details. And if you're watching us live on our social media platforms, maybe YouTube, Facebook, you can do well to leave us a comment, a like, share our posts. I really love to hear from you. All right, let's get to the diary sessions or the mock diary sessions now. Some of them that stood out to me, of course, Imisi's diary session with Mide. Internet was shaking yesterday because Imisi bared it all out there. She said her mind. Yes, she didn't let anything stop her. Big Brother asked her what teams of each of the weeks, which one stood out to her, and then she talked about the bare minimum. Remember the bare minimum week where Big Brother told them not to sit on the couch, took away the beds, and they were laying down on the floor. Some of the utensils they used in the kitchen, gave them a mortar and pestle, took away the washing machine, took away a lot of this equipment that they used to live their daily lives, and they were just living like, paupers. He said it was bare minimum week, so they had to just live with the little they were provided. Imisi said it took her back to how she started life, living in the streets, living alone. She said she was living alone now, and she had to struggle daily to find her daily bread. So it took her back to when she didn't really have a lot of people to support her. She didn't really have much. So it took her back to those times, and she was reminiscing, and she's so grateful for where she is now, being in the Big Brother house and all of that. Mide, of course, acting as her Big Brother. And then she asked her, okay, which two housemates do you think don't like each other but are pretending to? And let us listen to her response. I'll be back after this.
Who do you think housemates?
Oh, housemate.
Myself, I laugh at
So when I look at myself in the mirror, it's not oh.
Okay. Which two housemates do you think secretly don't like each other?
Someone else maybe.
Can you explain further?
Do we have to?
Interesting.
I really just love Imisi. Sometimes she just says it as she is. She's not somebody that is groveling to somebody else. She says her mind. And she said Thelma and Mide. But I don't know what formed that opinion. We know that Mide and Imisi have been, really friendly in the house. But it seems the friendship has hit a rock since her newfound friendship with Isabella. We know that Isabella is not on such a good term with, Mide, talking about her earlier strategy to try to get brides or snatch brides from Mide. So it kind of puts, that clause there. So Mide and Isabella don't really, you don't get together so well. And then you have, Imisi in the middle of it. But it kind of made that friendship go sour. So maybe that is why we are seeing that, dynamic there. And Thelma is somebody that it seems like she just tolerates Imisi. Imisi is not one of her favorite people in the house. And recently we've seen Thelma get really close to Dede and Mide. So maybe those factors, underlying factors, are what we get to see. And I don't really know what, formed Imisi's opinion on Mide and Thelma. But, I really like when somebody says their mind. It was kind of shocking to Mide, and then she asks for more explanation. Why do you think so? Why is this? And why is that? Just take it as it is. Not everybody is going to like you. All right, moving on now. Thelma also had a diary session with Isabella, and I was expecting this. There are a lot of maybe not enemies, people that are not such good friends with each other in the house, that I was expecting Big Brother to pair with each other. He didn't fall my hand in this Isabella Thelma situation, but he fell my hand in some places. I was expecting to see a Kola and a coin. That would have been, that would have been fire, because those two guys, they don't even, they don't see eye to eye. They are not really such good friends. They are not on good terms. They barely even speak in the house. But let us watch Thelma, talk to Isabella as her big brother, and we'll come back to talk about some of the points that she made in her diary session.
Everybody in this house knows what they are doing. Certain people do certain things in their words to give the viewers a show, and I'm not going to come in between that and try to bring unity in the house. I'll throw back to last week Thursday during the pool party. Certain people put up a show. I don't know if they were trying to prove a point, but I would say they were cheap points or like a cheap show. And then there was a lot of drama about the bare minimum being alcohol. Imisi proceeded to hide all the spoons and all the cutleries in the kitchen, and housemates kept on telling me, "Oh, Thelma, go and meet Big Brother, Kimiko," and I'm like, "No, that's not what I'm going to do. That should be the next head of house headache." And it was just crazy. It's kind of like people.
Thelma said a lot, and Isabella's face was doing it for me. It was really hilarious. She just had this poker face throughout. You couldn't read her. You couldn't read her mind. You couldn't, even get through to know what she felt. But we know Thelma and Isabella from, the first week have not really been on good terms. Thelma has always made it known that she doesn't like Isabella. Isabella is vain. Nothing is in her head. It's just to whine her body, quarrel over alcohol, look for man, kiss all over the house. Thelma has been quite vocal with her dislike for, in Isabella. But then Thelma said a lot. She was asked how she felt, and then she talked about going back to Monday games. Or rather, let's begin with her worry about Ebuka's question to her on Sunday, talking about Ebuka saying that the house has been quite divided, and Thelma has been nonchalant in bringing the housemates together, and she feeling like Ebuka shouldn't have asked her that question. It's not her responsibility to bring people together. They're adults, and by the way, she's in the house for a game. She's not here to make friends. And then she referenced Faith's regime and how difficult that regime was. Also, Faith was not really on a good time with a lot of the housemates. He was authoritative. The house was chaotic. He was quarreling with a lot of the housemates. Remember the whole kerosene situation with Imisi. So Thelma felt like when you talk about a chaotic regime, you mention Faith before you mention her, and she was very unhappy about it. But then she said days leading to, or rather hours leading to the end, of the end of her regime, she tried to take it a lot more easier with the housemates. When it came to even sharing batteries, she take it to people. She doesn't make them just stand in a line, okay, come and take your battery. She take it to them wherever they are. So that's something that quite worried her, and she took it back to the Monday challengers. There are a few things she felt went wrong with games, people that were not supposed to be qualified, and she felt like she wanted to point those mistakes out to Big Brother, but she's not that kind of person. She just lets it go and looks away. She's not like Faith that would notice one thing and say, okay, Big Brother, excuse me, you are wrong in this person should have not done like this person should have not done like that. But she felt like she was not in that position to do that. And then she was asked if there was a day in the house or this week where she would have changed things, and she referenced back Monday again. She wished she had made a comment to Big Brother and corrected some things. Unfortunately, she didn't, or she's not really that kind of person that says or makes those kind of corrections. And she was asked now by Big Brother, Isabella acting as Big Brother, the friendships she has made so far in the house, which one stood out to her. And then she talked about Sabrina, rather, that Sabrina is her person. She misses her. Also, the fact that she and Kebobo had a good friendship, in the house, but recently they kind of, I think they had a blowout or a quarrel, and he fell sick, and she felt really bad that they were not talking on the week he was sick. So she tried to, extend the olive branch, but she's very happy that they're in a good place. She talked about him doing the Aquafina tax, and I think they kind of exchanged bracelets. Maybe Kebaba gave her his, or she gave Kebaba. I can't really remember that now. But she talked about activities during the week that affected her. Some people were trying to stir up drama. Of course, she had to throw shade at Isabella. Yeah. What would Thelma do if not throw shade? Jealousy, according to how she sings. She talked about doing the Saturday night party where Imisi and another housemate, now Isabella, came into the party room with a bag and tried to steal alcohol and all the drama that led up to that. But she is very ready for anything that comes to her in this house, because she knows that some people just do things to try to get a reaction out of you. And then Kayode, the cameraman, of course, being his shady self, had to take the camera all the way to Isabella. We just saw Isabella's face. We knew that Thelma was talking about, her activity with Imisi on Saturday where they tried to steal alcohol, and it was a whole blowout with Thelma trying to control the flow of alcohol, and two of them being their rebellious selves trying to come in the midst of that, and that led to Imisi hiding all the cutlery in the house. People were using their hand to eat for like 2 days because they didn't know where Imisi kept the cutlery, and she refused to tell anyone where she kept the cutlery. It was a hectic week. So Thelma just went over that. And then let's move on to Dede and Rubo's diary session. That was one of the funniest diary sessions to me. It was just very, very hilarious. We know after Dede, Ruboy, and Joanna were taken to the secret room, we've kind of seen a friendship grow between Dede and, Ruboy. They, drag each other. They have a way of just bantering that's really funny. Let us watch this diary session and come back.
Said I needed a pixie Kola, and you said you would look into it.
Kola or Kola? Do you have anything you would like to discuss with Big Brother?
Yes.
Go ahead.
As I was saying, Biggie, remember the last time I wore Raja and I said I needed a pixie Kola, and you said you would look into it.
Kola or Kola?
What the hell is Kola doing? You mean by Kola or Kola?
Okay.
So they wipe me up. Back to action. You remember the last time I said I needed a pixie Kola? The pixie tiny, very tiny ones, and you said you would look into it. I want the wager again this time, so I would like to plead if it would be made available in the salon on Sunday for my hair. Also, I've been having these very weird dreams, and I don't know why I keep having weird dreams. I mean, they are kind of like really...
Wet dreams or wet dreams? Because I can hear you. Speak clearly.
Oh, Benny, end this thing. Let me get...
That banter and back and forth was just very hilarious. Well, Debbie was asked what relationships does she see in the house, that would last the test of time outside of the house. And she said, she doesn't really know. She doesn't have an answer to that. And Rude Boy kind of pushed her and said, are you saying that to Big Brother? And she just had to say, Dede and Bright, Mide and Bright seem to have an understanding, and it looks like the relationship would last outside of the house. Okay, moving on now. Bright also had his diary session with Dede too. It was another diary session that was, I really, loved the back and forth. Dede, presented herself, represented Big Brother the right way. Bright was asked, relationships or friendships that he felt would last outside of the house. He said he really doesn't know, because a lot of these housemates are fake. You don't really know if they are being their real selves in here until they'll get outside of the house. And he mentioned himself and Kola. He said, oh, I'm hoping I'll still be friends with Kola outside of the house and all that. And Dede asked him, okay, are you trying to tell Big Brother that what you and Mide have is not going to last outside of the house? And then he said, oh no, Big Brother, I thought you meant like the same gender. And then you meant friendship. I didn't know you meant relationship. What me and Mide have is a relationship, not a friendship. And I'm wondering, like, why isn't that the first thing that comes out of your mouth when you talk about relationships with people outside of the house? Really, I can't really read Bright Morgan. He's one person in that house that I can't read him. Okay, later that evening, he was having a conversation with Thelma about his girlfriend, and then he said, oh, she's a very jealous girl. We had a conversation before I came to the house, and then she warned me that if I kiss anybody in the house, the relationship is over. So I can't really make any decision now until I go out. I can't make any decision, but I really like Mide, but I want to go out and talk to my girlfriend, and then I know where I stand. And I'm wondering, wait, the girl told you that if you as much as kiss anybody in the house, the relationship is over. But here you are still hoping that you have the relationship. Are you trying to say that your girlfriend doesn't mean what she says? But please, Bright's girlfriend, whoever you are one of God's greatest soldiers. You have a strong heart. I give you kudos. Because watching how Bright has been moving in this house with Mide, they have done the undoable. They have done everything that a girlfriend and a boyfriend does. I'm talking about together, sexually, physically. They literally do everything together. So, are you sure you still have a relationship? But then, we see this time and time again. People throwing away their relationship over a few days in the Big Brother house. It's like, I have a boyfriend, I have a girlfriend. But when they come into the house, it kind of goes out of the window and everybody just does what they like. But then, Bright Morgan's girlfriend, I wish you good luck. That's all I have to say. All right, now later that evening, we know that Dede has been talking about a show she wants to organize, a walk and splash runway night, and she was kind of selling her tickets and saying, come and buy you exchange Smirnoff for egg, you do this, you do that, I'll give you a ticket, a VVIP ticket. Dede has been trying to look for an entertainment, something about entertainment to bring, to the house. I'll give her kudos for that. We saw her earlier trying to sell a ticket to K-Bobo, and she said, you're going to give me 4 Smirnoff drinks for the ticket. And K-Bobo called her a thief. It was really hilarious also seeing her trying to talk to Kola to buy the VIP ticket, which he later bought anyway. And then she said, I need 10 eggs for me to give you the ticket. And then he said, okay, I can give you 5. I can just afford 5. And then she said, are you pricing me? I don't understand. Come and give me this so that I can give you the ticket. And he said, okay, I hope it will be entertaining. I hope you shake your body. Don't come and be stiff and everything. The banter was really, really, it was very, very funny. But later that evening, we saw Dede talking in the room or the bedroom with some of the housemates. And then she was telling them, oh, Kola bought the ticket. He bought the ticket, bought the VIP ticket. And we kind of saw Mide dragging Bryce like, no. See guys are doing things for girls and you're just there dulling me. You're just there keeping quiet and all of that. Let us watch this banter. I'll be back to talk about, of course, the erotic or the crazy fun midnight game that they had later that night. I'll be back.
Have they paid? Has Kola paid? Calm down. Yes, oh. Ah! What which ticket to invite? VIP, oh. Ah!
They're having their Thursday pool party today, and this game that Dede is planning, I cannot wait to see the outcome, honestly. Like, I'm just rubbing my hands together. I don't know if this will even happen, or if she's serious about this, or if it's a joke, but let us see if this will materialize and how fun it's going to be. I'm rubbing my hands together. I'm excited. But of course, Jason J, Game Master, organized a midnight game. It started fine, but at a point it kind of turned sexual, and it was just stimulating me in ways, giving me headache. I wanted to sleep, but I couldn't sleep because I felt like I was going to miss out on something. I had FOMO, like I had fear of missing out. Like, okay, if I go and sleep, what if I miss something iconic? So I was up till about 2 a.m. Nigerian night, and it was chaotic. We had Imisi, Kola and Dede, K Bobo and Thelma. I don't even know what is developing there. Everybody was just chaotic. They were just, okay, let's start with Dede and Kola first of all. I think they had to do like a game where they had to run to somebody, perform a sexual act, and then run back. They were kind of counting. And then we saw, I don't understand the freedom or the way Dede has kind of calmed down for Kola. We know a few weeks ago, she used to be really stiff. It's like when they're having a conversation, it's like he's even disturbing her. She's just doing I better go away. But recently, there has to be a reason for it, because Dede has been one person that people have said, oh, she's playing Nengi's game, she's playing hard to get, she's playing this, she's playing that. She's trying to, make him keep coming after her. And the funny thing is that Kola has also said that this is the kind of thing he likes in a woman, like a woman that makes him to always apologize, a woman he has to chase, that if you just give it to him, or like easily, or you accept him easily, he doesn't value it. We've seen Kola having those conversations. So maybe Dede is the woman for him. Maybe her stiffness is what made him stay there. Like, okay, I'm going to crack her. No matter what, I'm going to get the bottom of this. But then the game turned really, sexual quickly, and everybody was just screaming. They were so happy for him. Hey, Kola, Kola. It was just, so chaotic, really, and fun at the same time. Imisi was also one person that really, really made me laugh. I really have no idea what she was doing with culture, but let us watch this and laugh a bit, and we'll be back.
Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, did you guys see the act that Sultan? Hey, God, I beg. These housemates, the energy that they put into all these truth and dare and games, you don't see them do it during a arena game. So am I the only one, or am I the one dragging them, or am I the one overthinking it? Did you see how Sultana act her back for Kola? Hey, God, I beg. Please let us watch this. We'll be back.
Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go!
Bobo and Thelma. I really don't know who Thelma likes in that house. At a point, it was Otega, and at another point, it was Bright, and later we started seeing her and K Bobo. But they kind of quarreled. Have you forgotten what caused that their fight? They weren't speaking, and since this week, as K Bobo has been kind of down sick, she has been taking care of him, and they've been just being together, and it's like the house kind of agrees. It's like Thelma deserves something. Thelma is lonely. She deserves to have somebody to be there with her, and it's like the house agrees with this K-Bobo and Thelma union or newfound friendship or something. But I really loved their own, what I saw them do yesterday with the games and all of that. Let us see.
Please be careful when you're running. Don't stumble on anything, please. 3, 2, 1. Speak to me. You don't know what you did. Speak to me. Nobody
God, what the person that I saw, was that K-Bobo or was it Kayode? Because the K-Bobo I know has been sick for like a week. So I saw a different person. He was really active. And I said, why is K-Bobo not giving this energy in the house? He just goes to a corner, he sits, maybe he fights once in a while over the kitchen or food or something. But for a while, I've been feeling like K-Bobo just zoned out in that house. He doesn't give it that energy that he used to give in the beginning. But yesterday, hey, thank you, Thelma Spicy too. Thelma brought out a different side of him with the whole games, and she was twerking and then he was holding. Oh my God, they actually look cute together. But we're seeing midnight cuddles. K-Bobo and Thelma, they were in bed together, of course, cuddling. That's a first. I don't know where this is leading to, but I like it. I like it. The show is about to end. So if you people want to form anything, no wahala. But then Dede and Kola were also, cuddling, as they always do, whispering sweet nothings to each other. And I was just begging the camera. I said, please, this camera, go and meet them wherever you are. It's not like I will sleep and wake up tomorrow and I'll be seeing things that, okay, Kola and Dede kissed, or they did not kiss, or they cuddled, or they did not cuddle, or they rubbed each other, they did not rub each other, or one person will be saying one thing, another person will be saying another thing, or Kola will be calling people together to say, oh, I did this with Dede, I did that with Dede. So I was praying, please, this camera should just remain permanent here. Let me see everything. Because I love to watch things in real time while I'm watching the Big Brother show. I don't want to be hearing talk from housemates, because most times these housemates, they always add spices, sugar, and everything into their gist. So when we watch it live, we know that nobody will come and later lie or whatever. But of course, we're whispering sweet nothings to each other. And Dede was telling Kola, oh, I joined the game because I knew you were going to be there. I joined it because of you. And I said, lie to him, my dear. Continue lying. Gamer meets gamer. Scammer meets scammer. These two people, you can't just figure them out. Kola at a point to be forming to be one kind lovesick puppy chasing after Dede. But there are some conversations he has that you know that his head is in the game. He knows what he's doing. Especially when Dede was released from the prison at the secret room where she was in with Joanna and Ruben. He made the statement of, you are my storyline. And he was so happy to have his storyline back. So when he says those kind of things, it kind of makes me second guess him, like maybe this is not just likeness or infatuation or whatever. He knows what he is doing. Dede, on the other hand, Dede and her fishes united. She has been somebody that has really been had her A game in the house. It seems all her moves are calculated. She doesn't do anything, knowing that she will not gain something from it. So no, they had that game, and she probably knew that, okay, people are watching, cameras are on all, so let me do one thing so that people will talk about me. Let me do this to create content. But with these housemates, you never can know. You don't know when they are being their true selves and where they are just scamming or playing a game to be talked about outside. You'll be feeling like, oh, this person, people are dragging me. They're talking about me outside. They are tweeting about me. But I'm so excited to see what Dede comes up with today after the pool party. Jason J was also talking about another game too. So let us look forward to it. I don't know what they'll come up with tonight, but I'm very, very excited. But don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow with more juicy details from the house. Please do well to like, share our post, and also leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I'm still Cynthia Onado. Till tomorrow. Bye.
Be part of our brand. Leadership for God and country.